Hi everybody, it's me, Laura, and I've mentioned the term Pleiades and Pleiadians quite a few times in some of my videos, but I have yet to give you guys background information on the subject, and that's what I'm here to do right now, is to present to you a little bit about the Pleiadians and their planet and where they live. So there was a galactic war long ago, and the Lyrians ended up having to move from their place of inhabitants, and they ended up coming to the star cluster of the Pleiades, the Seven Sisters, where they came to be known as the Pleiadians. And the higher advanced star people, named the Arcturians, came and taught them all kinds of knowledge and wisdom that they ended up mastering themselves. So up there, they live on a planet named Era, which is near the star named Taygeta. And this is a beautiful planet with ultraviolet light, and the background is kind of like an indigo color, and everything in the whole entire planet is peaceful. And the jobs there, they are to make the planet a better place. Nobody in Pleiades works just for themselves. It's to benefit all. So they do a lot of agriculture work there, farming, and manufacturing clothing and different starships and stuff like that, so that everybody can benefit from what it is that they're doing. So everybody in the Pleiades is extremely creative. They don't even consider creativity as a specialty, because everybody there is so creative. That's why a lot of Pleiadian starseeds will be writers or poets, painters, musicians, anything that has to do with like a creative type of hobby is what they do there. They love it. They especially love painting landscapes and putting the landscapes into words, poetic words. Also, in means of making families, they don't make families the way that we do. They don't need to, because they have mastered the law of manifestation. So all they have to do is mingle their energies, and voila, they have a new being, and the being takes on a personality of itself and becomes a whole other person there. So I've heard it said that Pleiadians will be tall and blonde and look quite Nordic, but from my own experience, I know that Pleiadians can resemble any race or culture. They do resemble humans in that fact, but they resemble all. It depends on what they want to look like, because they can manifest their own appearance if they want to. But they can also be in spirit form as well. So they travel back and forth, and the way that they do this is through a beam ship, or they can travel just by consciousness alone. Like, think of a place and they're there. So you might have had visitations from these beings at some point in time, and sometimes they're often confused for angels, because angels also appear as humans, and they can also travel through consciousness. But in order to know a Pleiadian from an angel is the coloring and the overall attire. A lot of Pleiadians, when appearing in spirit form, they'll be more of like an indigo color, because of the energy that they brought with them from their home planet of Era. It's all ultraviolet light, so they're going to be like a blue or a purple or an indigo shade when appearing in energy form. They do live here on Earth in human form, and they mingle in quite well. They fit in. You'd never know if it was a Pleiadian or not just by being around them. You would only know that it was a Pleiadian by what they talk about and how highly intelligent they are. And a lot of Pleiadians are behind this New Age movement, because they're trying to help Earthlings to take off the chains that we're wearing, in order to break free from, being confined to a prison planet, and live being free in harmony and peace and love. And they also know how important it is for everybody to be interconnected together through consciousness and love and light. So that's what they're mainly here to promote, as well as raising the vibrations here on Earth, because Earth's vibrations are so very low. So they live out in the star cluster Pleiades, as I mentioned, and this is such a beautiful star cluster. When you look up at the night sky, you'll see it right between Orion and Taurus, and it kind of resembles like the Little Dipper a little bit, but it's much smaller, and you can tell it apart from the interstellar gases that are around all of the different stars. And they have 7 stars, like I mentioned, and one is Taygeta, then there's Maya, and then there's Coela, and Atlas, and Electra, and Alcyone is how I say it. So those are all the different stars that are over there in the Pleiadian star cluster, and I'm going to tell you it's very far away. It's about 500 light years away from our own planet, and they have a high council there, and this council has seats that will reside and see over higher truths of the universe to make sure that all of the different planets and all of the different beings remain a peaceful race, and they just want everybody in the universe to get along. The reptilians are the Pleiadians' #1 enemy, because the reptilians are trying to control our planet and take over and make us all against one another, and they do this in the forms of mind control, and they use the media, and they use electromagnetic waves and frequencies to kind of dominate. And the Pleiadians don't want that for us. They want us to see past all of the deception and to break free and to be beings of light that we really are, rather than being in this delusion that we're in a physical body. This physical body is the delusion. Being a spiritual being is the reality. So you can tell a Pleiadian starseed, and a Pleiadian starseed is a soul of a Pleiadian that comes to live here in a human body to have a human experience and grow up in order to help raise the vibration in the planet, just like some of the Pleiadians that are still in Pleiades are trying to do. And these children will be called star children, and they grow up here. And they'll be highly creative individuals, very sensitive, very loving. They have big hearts, and they just want to help everybody that they come in contact with. And oftentimes, just like Pleiadians are confused with angels, Pleiadian starseeds can be confused with earth angels, because they're so much alike. They're very insecure people, because they don't get the hatred and the judgmentalness of this planet. Also, they're usually writers and singers and actresses and dancers and entertainers and anything that's very artsy. They love music, and they usually feel very, very connected to Earth, not the material aspect of the planet or society aspect of the planet, but the Earth itself, nature. They love it. They feel best outside when they're in nature. And a lot of them will feel very connected to the ocean and the woods and the night sky. And they also, Pleiadian starseeds, will have a great connection with astronomy and mathematics, and some of their favorite subjects will be history and science. So that's how you can tell if somebody is a Pleiadian star child from some of those traits. Usually they don't really like to get too much attention, but they do like to get noticed, and they do want everybody to respect them. You'll see a Pleiadian starseed always being the one that's there to help or lend a helping hand, and usually in the background, just observing life from the outskirts. And a lot of the times when they go unnoticed, they get a little bit depressed and feel down because of all of the efforts that they put in to help other people. It hurts their spirit to not get appreciated. So those are the Pleiadian star children and the Pleiadians themselves, and I hope that this video gave you guys the information that you needed, because I know a lot of you are trying to find your own soul origins and to know who you are and develop a sense of self, which I think is great, and I commend you for it, because finding your higher self is very important this day and age, and in order to get in touch with your creator and your home, wherever that may be. So thank you for watching, and I hope that this was informational for you all, and good luck in your search of trying to find your origins. Love and light. And